What will happen when mercy ends and only the justice of God remains? Saint Faustina saw it with her own eyes, and her account of the Last Judgment is among the most shocking pages ever written by a saint. It is not a symbol, it is not an allegory, but a concrete warning, entrusted to humanity by a young Polish nun of the 20th century. She, who had never studied theology, who came from a simple rural family, was chosen by Christ himself to see what all of us will one day see, the Son of Man in glory, judging the living and the dead. Saint Faustina, humble nun of the Congregation of the Sisters of Our Lady of Mercy, is known as the Apostle of Divine Mercy. Her diary, written between 1934 and 1938, is a treasure of extraordinary revelations. Visions of heaven, purgatory, and hell, as well as direct words of Jesus Christ. In a time marked by wars, persecutions, and anti-Christian ideologies, the Lord chose her to deliver an urgent message to the world. God is mercy, but the time of mercy will not last forever. This is why the passage we will read today is so important. Saint Faustina saw with her own eyes what will happen at the end of time, when mercy gives way to justice. And her account is so vivid, so detailed, that you cannot remain indifferent. But before hearing her words, let me ask you a question. Are you truly ready to face the judgment of God? In the diary, entry 83, Faustina writes,
I write this out of obedience. I saw the Lord Jesus in glory, just as he will appear at the end of time. He was clothed in unimaginable light. Around him were gathered angels, saints, and all nations. Before him appeared a great multitude, impossible to count, of every people, tongue, and nation. Each was judged by the light that came forth from his eyes, and nothing could remain hidden.
Think of those words. Nothing could remain hidden. Everything we believe forgotten, every secret action, every unconfessed thought, all will be revealed. There will be no more excuses, no more time to say, I didn't mean to, I didn't know, I ran out of time. Faustina continues,
Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, I am the just judge, but before I come as judge, I open the door of my mercy. Whoever does not want to pass through the door of my mercy must pass through the door of my justice.
And here the message becomes explosive. Faustina is not only speaking about the future, she is speaking about the present. She is telling us that the time of mercy is now, that Christ is still offering us a way of salvation, opening for us the door of forgiveness. But that door will not remain open forever. How often do we think that life is endless, that there will always be time to convert, to pray more, to ask forgiveness, to change direction? Yet the words of Jesus to Faustina are like a flash of lightning in the night. The day will come when that door will close. Have you ever asked yourself what it will be like to stand before God with your whole life exposed to the light? Have you ever wondered what Christ will see when he looks at you? Will it be love? Will it be indifference? Will it be selfishness? In the same vision, Faustina writes again,
I saw the books being opened and names being read out. Each received the sentence according to his deeds, but also according to the mercy he had been able to accept. And I understood that what counts before God is not wealth, nor fame, but the love with which one has lived. What a blow to our pride. We spend our lives chasing what does not last: success, money, the approval of others. But before God, all of this is worthless. Only love remains.
And you, if today were the day of judgment, would you be ready? Have you welcomed the mercy of Christ into your life? Or do you keep postponing, as if the door were always open, as if time would never end? Saint Faustina warns us, Those who refuse mercy, those who live as if God did not exist, will one day face justice. And before that justice, no one will be able to lie. No one will be able to buy God's silence. No one will be able to escape. Why is this message so relevant today? Because we live in a world that seems to have forgotten about judgment. We talk about rights, about progress, about freedom, but we erase the greatest truth, that every action carries eternal weight. Does it not seem to you that humanity is living as if God were dead? Wars, injustices, violence against the innocent, contempt for life and for creation. Is this not the sign that the world has chosen to shut the door of mercy? And yet today Jesus says to you, I am mercy. It doesn't matter how far you've fallen. It doesn't matter how many times you've failed. If you open your heart, the door is still there, wide open. But tomorrow? Tomorrow we do not know. Perhaps you are wondering, did Faustina only see the final judgment, or did she receive other hidden secrets as well? The answer is yes. In her writings are words that still make believers tremble today.
Before the day of justice comes, a sign will be given to mankind in the heavens. Every person will see his soul as God sees it. It will be a small judgment, an illumination of conscience. No one will be able to say they did not know. It will be the time of decision.
Do you realize? Not only the last judgment, but also a warning that concerns each one of us. A moment when we will see our life as in a divine mirror. Some mystics call it the Great Warning. Others have described it as a light piercing the soul. And so, brother, sister, the question is no longer if this will happen, but when. And above all, how will it find you? We cannot live as if nothing matters. We cannot say, I'll think about it tomorrow. Faustina shows us that God is merciful, infinitely merciful, but also just. Today is the time of mercy. Today is the day when you can change your life. Today is the opportunity to say, Jesus, I trust in you. If this message has touched your heart, do not let it slip away. Do not see it as a distant mystical tale, but as a personal invitation. Christ is saying to you, come now, enter through the door of mercy before it closes. Write in the comments, Jesus, I trust in you. Share this video with at least one person you love, because perhaps they too need to know that the door is still open. And remember, the Last Judgment is not a myth, it is not a symbol, but a reality that all of us will face. The only question is, will you be ready?